Hey, what is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. This is your boy Nerdicane, and I was watching a DNC video earlier today, and it was about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and it was basically saying that Marvel's not even trying. This book sucks. They're not even trying to make this good, and he had a really good point, but he kept saying, he was like this. He kept saying that this book doesn't sell very well, and it doesn't. It sells like 8 to 5,000. And he kept saying that it doesn't matter. And I think that's a little flippant because I think that it does matter. And first off, this picture that I'm showing you, the first picture I'm showing you, this is a stack of crappy comic books. And the problem is that the people at Marvel, the brass, are allowing crappy comic books to come out of Marvel. There's a theory, and I'll show you the definition here in a minute. It's called the broken windows theory. It's a sort of a social theory that has to do with crime. It is, if you allow graffiti, if you allow broken windows, if you allow the appearance of a crime-ridden area, the area will become crime-ridden. If you mandate, well, if you mandate people to fix their windows when they break them or they get fined, to clean graffiti, things like that. And there's things the city has to do. If you mandate these things, then suddenly the people who are doing it are realizing, oh, okay, they're watching out for this. They're watching for me. I don't want to be watched. I want to do my graffiti. I don't want to be caught, so I don't want to be watched. And it kind of deters that. And there is a lot of truth to it. I think they put it into practice in New York, and they put it into practice in Detroit. And it has had very solid effects. But the broken windows theory, as it relates to Marvel, is this. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur it feels like a castaway book. It feels like a book that doesn't matter. And DNC's right in saying that. It feels like a book that doesn't matter. They just push it out. They're going after a demographic with that book. It is for young girls who want to get into comic books. That's the readership. And they're kind of not looking at it. They're not taking it very seriously. And that's the problem is the artist and the writer, they're allowed to not take it very seriously when those books should be taken very seriously. Those books are aimed at new readers. You should be taking the people at Marvel should be taking those books very seriously. If you want to see a company that markets to that young readership and takes it very seriously and does a really good job, I can't believe I'm going to say this, go look at IDW's My Little Pony line currently. It's very good for the market that they're going after, the young girls. It's cute. It has a cute visual, and they're telling stories that are not heavy-handed, that don't talk down to the reader. They're telling entertaining stories that sort of teach, but they don't. It's never heavy-handed. It never feels like your teacher or your parents telling you to eat your vegetables. It's very well written. I bought a couple of them for my niece, and so that's the thing. They should be taking this seriously. People at Marvel, C.B. Cebulski, if you're watching, you're probably not. C.B. Cebulski, you should be taking all of these things seriously. Jordan White, first off, you should be taking your appearance a little more seriously. You look like a jagoff. You look like you lost a bet with somebody. You look like you were last in your Final Fantasy, or you're not Final Fantasy, your fantasy football group, and you had to get that haircut and that mustache. That's what you look like. That is sad. And the reason, okay. Look pro, act pro. You look like a jagoff. You work like a jagoff. And it's showing with your work. It's showing with the things that you're editing and allowing to go out. That's all I'm going to say on that about you. But here's the thing about the broken windows, okay? Sorry, I got a little heated because Marvel, the company I love reading, is dying. So I do get a little heated. So okay, so if you allow the writer and the artist and the editor and the people putting together Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, if you let them skate by and you let them slide by, putting out a book that doesn't matter and is uninspiring, is just has no inspiration to it and no motivation to it. Part of the problem is pay. Marvel, start paying some people. You might get some good comics out of them. The other part is staff. You really need new staff. But if that book is allowed to slide, well then, whoever's writing, what's a non-mainstream book right now? Say the writer of Moon Knight gets to see that they get to slide by and they get to just like pick up a paycheck. And he's like, he goes, okay, you know what? Since they can slide by, I can slide by. I really don't have to try to do a knockout story arc every time. I can just kind of, maybe steal one from an older storyline and just redo it. And then it works its way up until you get things like Secret Empire, which was an event, which was a company-wide event that was very predictable. We all knew somehow, some way, a good Cap was going to show up and punch the bad Cap, and the bad Cap goes away. We all knew that was how that was going to go. So it's the broken windows of the small books like Moon Knight or Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. If you're allowed, that's a tool. That book should be being used to bring in, to spark the interest of young readers. You're passing up you're ignoring new readers. You're ignoring trying to bring in a new audience. So first off, there should be jobs lost over that at Marvel. There's probably needs to be a lot of jobs lost over at Marvel. But you're allowing that to happen, and you're allowing that to fester, and it works its way up all the way through the chain. And you wind up with this situation where you have a lot of people who aren't really interested in writing comics. They know they can just get by. Certain ones know that they can just get by picking up a paycheck. Mariko Tamaki, looking at you. And then a lot of other ones see that they can get away with a heavy-handed politics. They can inject the politics into their books. They see that they can get away with that, and the rest, other people start doing it. It's like they're very proud that they've taken Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, they were proud for years that they just turned her into this mannish. She just became a completely different character. She should have been a new character. She was so far away from the Carol Danvers that was popular, that came up, and that was established. It was so far away that it really should just be a different character. There should be some story arc where that becomes a different character. But the broken windows, people at the top. Now I'm going to summarize this. The people at the top. Son Ominent, you're a lost cause. You're not a comic book fan. You're not a comic book person. You're there to do this. You're there to ruin Marvel until something at BuzzFeed opens up or something at some magazine opens up and you land that job. You're at Marvel lighting fires until you get your new job. C.B. Cebulski, look, if you're just there to manage the decline and manage the distribution of Marvel Comics to IDW and to Boom, just tell us that, okay? Just be honest enough and tell us that. I mean, you won't, but be honest enough and tell us that. That way we know that Marvel's over, that we know that you're not there to oversee a new great era of Marvel Comics. You're there to manage the decline. Jordan White, your track record of hiring and your track record of books that have come out, you're the decline. You're part of the decline from 2010 till what we have now. That is your legacy. That's you're a major part of that decline. So hopefully somebody above them can understand this broken windows theory and can see that there are broken windows at Marvel, and that's a trickle up that is very toxic to Marvel right now. So I'm going to wrap this up. I said I was going to do this tomorrow, but I decided to knock this one out today. I'm going to just edit some stuff together. And but yeah, thank you, DNC. That you inspired me on this one, and that's kind of what we do in Comicscape. We kind of bounce off of each other, and we kind of inspire each other to do videos. But tell me what you think. I'm not wrong on this. Normally I say if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm not wrong on this one. This is And it's amazing that I'd missed it for so long until I saw DNC's video, and it really just slapped me in the face that this is the problem. This is the cultural problem at Marvel. But I'm Nerdicane. You can hit me here. You can hit me on Twitter. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. Hit a like and a subscribe. I really need subscribers. I got a new one today. Thank you. Anime Gamer. Thank you. But y'all have a good day. Let's have a good positive week, okay? Bye.